Hi Virgo, how are you? This is Jill and welcome to Tarot by the Sea. Right, sorry, my hair, I don't have time to be vain today, but it's all sticking out everywhere. Right, okay, this is a bit of fun. I haven't done this before, I've just done an amazing reading. Not amazing as in that I did an amazing reading, but beautiful reading for Sagittarius. This is going to be your reading from Halloween this year to Halloween next year. It's going to be a real challenge. I'm going to try and get it out for everyone. So it's 12 cards, one for every month. So it's November 2017 to October 2018. So it's a long old spread. But it's just a bit of fun because it's Halloween and Halloween's amazing and I love it. So I'm going to do it in three sections. I was going to use one set of cards, but it didn't work so well. I had lovely Halloween cards, these ones, they're gorgeous. But it wasn't quite what I wanted. I wanted the oracle cards rather than tarot cards, because they just give a little bit more detail. So this is going to be for essentially a year. So we'll see how it works out. Sagittarius just had a beautiful one. If you've got Sagittarius in your chart, have a look at that. Okay, come on Virgo. So we want cards. We're going to do it in 4 sections, okay, 3 month section. So we need November, December and January for Virgo, please. So that's November 2017, December 2017 and January 2018. In the Sagittarius ones, I ended up using some of these. I'm not quite sure what they are. They're Doreen Virtue. I think they're the Archangel Tarot, but I'm not sure. They came in a pack rather than they came in a complete tarot pack. So I'm not entirely sure what cards they are. I think they're the Archangel Tarot. So let's have a look. The cards are taking a while to come out, Virgo. I'm sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. 12 readings in a day, but I still have children to look after, so they still need clothes washing. Quite a challenge. It's already 12 o'clock and I've done Sagittarius and I'm just about to do you. Right, first card. Oh my goodness gracious me. This could take a while. Talk amongst yourselves for a while, okay? I am doing reversed cards as well, though actually looking at this deck, a lot of them are reversed, so I'm going to turn them around. I'm doing reversed cards, but I read reversed cards as it could go either way. So for some people they will be reversed, for some people they won't. It's the energy, but we have free will, so we can choose what to do. This isn't going to resonate for everyone. There's a lot of Virgos out there, and also it's heading quite a long way into the future. So a lot can change in a year. So don't take it too seriously. I just thought it would be quite fun to do. Right, so that's your first cards. I'm going to shuffle these angel cards as well, these, because we may use them. Wow, Virgo. So to November, you're feeling quite blessed. You have blessed, you have co-create in reverse, and you have happy, happy by December. I was watching a tarot reader yesterday who was saying that Virgo energy was really, really heavy and really tough, but actually, by your card, it's not looking that bad. Right, I'm going to leave that there, because I think that's probably right. Okay, So here we go. We're already 5 minutes in. Sorry, you can hear the spinning. I hope you can't hear it, but I can. Right, so we have blessed is your first card. So this is for November, okay? For December, we have co-create, but we have it in reverse. I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, these ones by Colette Baron Reid, which I absolutely love. And then we have happy, happy for December. Nope, January, not December. So the first card that we have is blessed. Okay, it's 2 and a 2. Someone's feeling happy and shiny, I think. Someone's feeling very happy and shiny. This could be you. This could be someone that you're involved with, and you think they're very beautiful and wonderful. And things could actually just be going really well for you. You have lots of opportunities up here. The sky is all this beautiful colour. You have one opportunity down here which is still kind of around, but it has fallen away, though it's still shining quite brightly for you. So I think it's still on your mind. Whatever this might be, it's still on your mind. And do you know what? For all she's looking all happy and shiny, she's not looking... No, she's not. She's looking shiny. But she's not looking very happy. She's looking a bit focused and directed. She's not looking at any of these opportunities. She's not looking at any of these things down here, which are kind of love hearts, which are flying away. She's not looking at this dropped opportunity either. But she's not looking at the new opportunities. She's just looking straight ahead, and she's very self-contained in her little goldfish bowl thing, which I know isn't the goldfish bowl, but that's how it always looks to me. And there's this face inside which is looking not very happy either. I wonder whether you're putting a bit of a brave face on some things. On the outside, you're your usual poised Virgo self, and you're looking very pristine, and you're looking very pretty and very sparkly and very much the social butterfly. This could be work as well. It could be work. I'm looking at this, and it's kind of... If you see here, she has her goldfish bowl, which isn't a goldfish bowl. Okay, and I'm looking at this. And when you first look at her, she looks like a fairy. And I was looking at this bottom bit, and I was thinking, what actually is that? And I looked, and it looks like a mermaid tail. Okay. So she's one thing, she's presenting as one thing, but actually she's another. So she's this fairy, but she's actually a mermaid. And my sense that I'm getting with this is to do with air signs and water signs. And there's air and water in this chart, okay? There's air up here and there's water down here. And this water might be, this could be a water sign, this dropped away opportunity. Or it could be an emotional thing. It could be to do with love, because we have our little love hearts floating away. And they're in shadow now. But they're still around. They're still around. So I wonder if on the outside you're presenting as an air sign. You're presenting as very intellectual. You're presenting as the swords. You're presenting as cutting something away. You're presenting as that swords energy. But actually, in reality, you're feeling quite emotional. Or it could be the other way around. You're presenting as being emotional, but actually you have every intention of cutting everything away because you're not committed to it. So it could be that. But whichever way round it is, you're looking sparkly and shiny, but you may be presenting a false image. So it could be that you're feeling very emotional inside, but you're presenting as being your usual analytical, intellectual Virgo self. Because Virgo always strikes me as being quite... I know it's an earth sign, and I understand that, but there is a kind of air energy about it to me, because it is they're quite detached, and that's that swords energy, and they're quite analytical and in their heads and think a lot and very intellectual and very clever, generally, Virgos. So there is that air energy about you. And I wonder whether for some of you in November you're presenting as one thing. But being something else inside. So it could be that you're pretending to be emotional, but you're actually not, you're very detached. It could be that you're presenting as being detached, but actually you're feeling very emotional. It could be that at work you're looking very professional, but you're actually doubting yourself. Or it could be just that you're focusing on the outside and you're not focusing on your emotional state. You're focusing on your head state. And for some of you, you may be facing a head or heart decision, and it could be about this air sign, this water sign, this dropped opportunity, this lost love, this lost whatever it is that's in shadow here. This little opportunity here is kind of you're holding on to it. So you have this one down here that's lost, but this one's tiny. This one's tiny and that one's big and glowy. So maybe you're holding on to something which is less than what this other one was. And maybe that's why you're feeling emotional. She looks quite sad and wistful. So that's November. Then we had co-create, but we had it in reverse. So this is December. This is very Virgo energy, look, or Leo energy as well. It's that earth sign energy. He's sitting on his throne. We had this, I think, in your last reading as well. Sitting on your throne, yeah, you have your rock there. Maybe you are the rock. Maybe you are reliant on your rock for your, getting the idea of social status or your money. Maybe you're reliant on another earth sign for your money, or maybe you have very firm foundations. But you are quite comfortable there. That is you. You're quite comfortable there. You have your owl. Which is your wise decision. This is your head or heart, again. You have your wise decision, which is, they're both detached from you. You have your wise decision, and you have this potential new growth. So it could be a job as well. It could be that you're focusing on your security, and you have this job at the moment which is giving you security, and you have potential for something else. But this bird is already mature, and this one is still an egg. So you're not sure what this is going to turn into, but you know what this is. So you may have a choice between something where you don't know the potential of it, and something that you're very aware of. But this little bird seems to me to be this little star. And again, you're attached to this one, and this one is separate and below you. Separate and below you, attached to the smaller one. Okay, it's the same story. So you haven't moved on a lot. You're 22, and then you're a 4 and a 0. Okay? So 2 and 2 is 4, so you have a 4, but you're at the end of the cycle of this. So whatever happens in these 2 months, this is the end of the cycle of it, I think. And I think that for some of you, this is just where your head is, but you're focused on this, and that is attached to this. So maybe you're choosing to stay in the new job, maybe you're not. Okay, or maybe you're choosing to stay in the old job, maybe you're not. Maybe you're choosing to stay in the old relationship, maybe you're not. But whatever it is going to be based on financial security or not. I think it is though, because this is you. And when we turn the card upside down, he doesn't fall off this. Okay, he's still firmly attached to it. And I know this isn't Harry Potter and cards don't move, but there is still a sense that he's still firmly attached to this. Or you are aware that if you go for this one, okay, rather than staying to the one that you're already connected with, the emotion, the financial obligations or the finances will totally get on top of you and turn your life upside down, okay? Which is possibly why you're choosing to stick with what you know, even though it's a smaller opportunity with less potential, you're choosing to stick with what you know. And it's the end of the cycle of that. Or is it? Because we have the 2s, we have the 4, then we double it up again, add that up, 2 and 8, 2 and a 6, 8. Again, when I get numbers the wrong way around, when I get wrong numbers, it tends to be that something's not adding up, and it tends to be financial. Now, sorry, I have to put my glasses on for this because I'm seeing something in this card and I'm not entirely sure if it's right. Okay. It is. Right, so we have this card. Okay, now we have this very pretty dress and she's very girly girl. But when you look at the face on it, it's quite a masculine face with a lot of makeup. And without putting too fine a point on it, if you look at her chest area, there's not an awful lot there. Again, I wonder whether it's this. We have the same kind of thing here. We have a male face here and a female face on the front. For some of you, and this is obviously not going to be a huge number of you, and I'm really happy for you if this is a situation. For some of you, it may be gender reassignment. I know that's for a really small number of you, but I wonder whether some of you are actually going through a gender reassignment. And you're really, really happy. You're blessed. You're blessed with this. And you're really, really happy about it. And it's you know, this is the whole new life that you've always wanted. Oh my goodness, that would be so exciting for you. I know it's for a small minority of you, but if this is the case for you, or for some of you, you're acknowledging your sexuality, and I hate the term coming out, but for some of you, maybe that's the case. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. If you're happy with that, if that makes you happy and blessed, okay, that is the most beautiful thing. That is the most beautiful thing. And if that's the case, I am absolutely delighted for you, genuinely absolutely delighted for you. But I know that's only for a very small number of you. Oh, I feel all fluffy for you. That's so exciting. How beautiful. Right, okay. I can't quite get over the excitement of that. That's lovely. For some of you, when I can pull myself back, and it is the start of a whole new life, you know. And for some of you who are for some of you going down that same path, for some of you who are in perhaps single-sex relationships, perhaps you are thinking about having a baby, okay, but you're concerned about the money aspect of it, because if you're going down something like the IVF route, or surrogacy or something like that, then perhaps you're concerned about the money aspect of it. And yes, you're trying to use your wisdom, but actually this is what you really want. And I'm looking at there's a little face in the balloon here, and I'm just seeing this baby inside. Yeah. So for some of you, that's wonderful. That's really, really special. I could just read for you guys. I could just read for you guys. I'd be so excited to do that. That's so lovely. Right, okay. Oh my God. How glorious. I love to see people just become who they are. You know, I love to see people who I love to see people who, I'm not going to say brave, but just embrace who they are and are open about it. I think one of the saddest things to me is when people feel a certain way, but they're too frightened of what other people think or what other people will think of them, or other people's prejudices, or any of those things, and that stops them from doing what they want. And I think that's really sad. And I love the world that my kids are growing up in, because it just seems so much more, I hate the word tolerant as well, because there's nothing to tolerate, accepting of it, of people for just who they are. And I love that. I love the fact that I think the energies are changing that way, and I think that is absolutely beautiful. And I think as human beings, that is something that we are evolving into better people, because we are accepting people more for who they are, and I think that's wonderful. I think that is so wonderful. That's beautiful. Totally beautiful. Anyway, back to the others. If you do have a baby on the way, regardless of who you are, if you do have a baby on the way, I'm chuffed to bits for you. Right, as long as you want it, because otherwise it could be a little bit challenging. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm very aware it's 24 minutes in and I'm just kind of jabbering about being excited. For others of you, I am feeling that you are there is this sense of, and it follows on from what I was saying, this sense of putting one face onto the world and being something else inside. And I don't mean that in a two-faced way. I don't mean that you're faking. I mean that you just don't really have you feel the need to project in a certain way. You feel the need to project in a certain way, and actually it's not how you're feeling inside. I get this feeling of someone who feels they have to be the adult and to be sensible, and this is very much you. And Taurus had this in the bi-weekly as well, being earth signs, and I don't know whether it's an earth sign thing at the moment, but this sense of being this earth sign who just needs to be something else, and just needs, there is so much air in these cards. There's so much air in these cards, and I'm just feeling the sense of needing freedom away from this this earth sign pentacle energy. The more, I just feel this idea of liberation for you, that you want it, but it's what you have inside. You have all this stuff inside you, and all these ideas and all this creativeness, and yet on the outside you're having to be this earth sign pentacle sitting on your throne and thinking about your foundations and your money, and you just want to be happy. And you want to create. And you want to feel this, like this sense of potential that you have is just I feel like this. I feel like she's beautiful, and she's this mermaid, and this fairy, and she wants to fly, but she can't fly because she's trapped in this. And the weight is so heavy for her that she can't fly. And you want to fly. You really, really want to fly. You don't want to be held down by this earth-type energy. I mean, if you look at this lady, she's almost taking off. You want to fly. You don't want to be bogged down with this. You don't want to be bogged down with this pentacles-type energy of just, you know, and this isn't for all of you, but this is for some of you, is that you just need your freedom. You need to be frivolous, or you want to be, and you just don't, in this 3 months, you don't feel that you can be. But you've got this growing sense of it. If you look at this, it's like the wisdom is so much smaller than the egg. And it's like, you know, there is so much potential there. And this feeling is escalating because you have 2 twos, but you have twos. You have 2 twos, and you have a 4 and a 0. So those 2 cards add up to 8. You add them together. This card adds up to 8. I get the sense that you're feeling like this, okay? You have this duality. You have this thing of having to present in a certain way and be professional and be all of these things, and be, if you're the kind of person whose job depends on you looking really good, okay, you feel you're doing that, but you're feeling like it's trapping you. Eating disorders, I hope not. but I'm getting some people eating disorders, but you feel that like you can't, how you look is so important because your money depends on it, you know. And eating disorders, you're wasting away. Look how tiny this owl is. And it's like, and this person is telling you, if you're the kind, these are really specific, I'm sorry. If you're the kind of person whose job depends on them looking like this, you may have this boss sitting here who's sitting on top of all their money. You're there wasting away this little owl, right? And they're saying to you, do you know what I mean? You're on a tightrope, love, because you're getting a bit older and you have to basically look as good as you possibly can because there's all this young potential coming up behind you. And maybe you're feeling that. Maybe you're feeling threatened by that. And so you're putting on your happy, happy face and you're dressing up pretty. But actually, you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. Okay, sorry, we're 31 minutes in already. And I'm only through the first 3 months. Okay, so we have victory. This could go for relationships too. If you're a female Virgo, if you're a male Virgo, it could be, so we're November, December, you have this male Virgo here. Actually, in fairness, he's focused on his money. He's looking elsewhere. He's got this, relationship-wise, he may have this potential young thing and this mature relationship, which is far more sensible. And he may have the choice between the two. Okay, and he's there. And he's kind of lording it over both of you, quite honestly. I hope you're not feeling like that, male Virgos, that these people are beneath you, because that's really rude, actually. But he's not paying attention to either of them, anyway. And he's all about his money. If you're a female Virgo, this might be you. And you're feeling very small because you know this is coming up behind you, this young potential thing. If you're a young Virgo, it may be this. And this is who you're interested in, and they're all about their money. And they may be in a relationship, or they may be your teacher as well, or your boss, or something like that. And they may be married. But this is you, and there's all this potential there with you. Could be a work situation too. But you will always come second to this mature relationship. If this is a work situation, it could be the hierarchy at work. And you are in a position where there is the boss, there is someone who is older and wiser, and then there is you. Or maybe you are the older and wiser. And this is a potential new person coming in. So it could just be as simple as, if you have a business, you may have someone new starting with you. Okay. And maybe they aren't all quite what they seem when we get into January. They look all shiny and beautiful before you take them on, okay? And then by January you're thinking this instead, which is, and in both cases they were presenting a different front. Or maybe it's you. Maybe you've applied for a job and maybe the job isn't what you thought it was going to be. Maybe it was presented to you as one thing, and then you get in there and you have the boss's boss and you have your boss. And the job wasn't what it was presented to you as. Feeling quite heavy. I'm getting a lot of heart energy. I'm getting a lot, but not in a good way. I'm not feeling, it's not like love. It's like heart heaviness, I think. Unless you're having babies. It's exciting. Okay, so you have victory. You have victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get you organized and motivated. That goes with this. So focus on your priorities. Okay? Divine order. Everything is how it needs to be to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Okay? But that's actually in reverse. And this is what I was saying. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Maybe there is no underlying order. For some of you there is. Yeah, for some of you there is. What I'm getting from this card really strongly, is that you need to rebalance. You need to be looking at yourself and rebalancing. If you're feeling like you're having to project one thing to other people, but you're not coming across as yourself, if you're in that position, then it's asking you to kind of like, firstly, look at why you're doing that. And secondly, it's like you shouldn't be presenting a false front. This is really strange. Look at these two people. They're in exactly the same stance. They're standing in exactly the same way. And one is holding, so this one here came, oh goodness, this one here came first. And he's holding a bowl, okay, of love. So it's like the cups energy, and it's saying prioritize. And is it saying prioritize? Like it's saying prioritize the things that you love. It says focus on your highest priorities. Okay, focus on the things that you love, and everything is bright and colourful. This one, she looks like stone. Because it's out of balance. And maybe this is exactly what I said to start with. Is this feeling, you know, looking all analytical and everything on the outside, but feeling emotional inside, feeling cold and stony on the outside. That's how you're looking because things are out of balance. But actually, or maybe that's the other way. This is what you're looking like on the outside. Yeah, and you're hopefully you're prioritizing the things you love. But I think you're not, because that's why they're asking you to. And you're coming across as this cold, stony thing. Because things are out of balance. And you're not prioritizing the things that you love. And it's saying in order to get victory, you need to do this. And you need to have faith that you will have it. Okay, so that's your first 3 months. Goodness gracious me, that took a long time. That's your first 3 months. So now we're going into February, March, April. That's quite a heavy reading, Virgo. Sagittarius, this was lovely. They were all moving to the country and, moving in with their, going to see their grandchildren and retiring and stopping commuting and stuff. You guys you're under some heavy burdens, my loves. Why are you putting on a false face? Are you putting on a false face? If you are, why are you doing that? Why is it so important to you what other people think? For those of you who are doing the opposite and actually coming out of that and being open and being genuine and being authentic, you have my utmost respect because I love you for it. I do, genuinely. I've run out of tea bags and I'm drinking coffee and I don't handle caffeine well and my head is buzzing as I'm doing this. It's quite hard to stay grounded when you're reading anyway, but my head is absolutely buzzing at the moment. Right. Okay. So we have 3 cards for February, March, April. I hope you don't think I'm lecturing you when I talk to you about putting on a false face. I'm not saying you're being two-faced. It more makes me feel sad, and I feel the sadness inside, like my heart. And it's a sense of, it's not coldness, but it's just a sense of detachment, and I feel for you if that's how you're feeling, because I know you're Virgo, and I know you can be quite detached anyway by your nature, but I just feel this need to pull away. There is no earth in any of the cards we've had for you. Or very little anyway, there's a little bit in this one, but there's far more fire and water. Not fire and water, sorry, very little fire actually. There's very little fire in these cards generally. Lots of air and water. Lots of air. Huge amounts of air. Do you have a creative plan? Do you have some kind of creative idea that you want to be working on? But you're not doing it. That's coming out too. Okay, so we have here and now, which is your first card, which is 32. So this is for February. Then we have 15, which is for March. And then we have To Be Fair, which is for April. Okay. 2, 5, 1, 3, 8. Yes, again, it's doing the same thing. It's tying across the entire 3 months. And I will tell you why it is. It's because we have, these cards are in this order. Okay, no, they're not, they're that order. I hate this camera, I'm sorry. You have 3, 2, 1, 5. Okay. And then you have, so the 2 and the 1 add together. 2 and the 1 add together to make 3. So it's going back that way. And then the 5 and the 3 going the other way, 5 and 3 going the other way, add up to 8. Okay, so it's going, so it's, and again it's here and now. So, and you've got your past and your present and your future. Okay, so it's about your past and your present, your past and your future, and how they influence each other and how they're flowing into each other. So you have a 3 and a 2, but the 2 and then the next card is 2 and 1. Add them together, you get the 3 at the beginning, and then do it the other way. Okay, and then you have the 5 and the 3. Add them together, and then you get the 8 at the end. So the numbers in the middle add up to the numbers at the end. So it's about your past and your future. About your past and your future. Now, what do we have in the middle? And it's the interplay between the two. It's like a transition stage. It's like moving. It's the whole theme for the year seems to be this moving away from this kind of pentacles energy into a more air type energy. You have air here. You have some earth down here. you have air and water, and then you have air and a little bit of earth again, and that kind of mirrors the thing. It mirrors the numbers. And in this, the person couldn't get much more air-like, you know. They're like as far away from the ground as they could get. They're not even in the egg. They're sitting on top of the egg. But they're not looking very happy. And there are some love hearts up here, you see. There are some love hearts up here. So this is February, and you're kind of stuck in the middle between your past and your future. Maybe some of you tried IVF, and I'm afraid it didn't work this time round, but we're only in February, okay? And you're kind of like a little bit sad about it. You know, we've got the egg here and the door was closed. But there is still potential. Not both doors were closed, okay? There's no reason why it shouldn't work in the future. It's just maybe this time it didn't for some of you, and you're not very happy about it. Or maybe you haven't quite got the money together yet to do it. I don't know why I'm getting that from the numbers, but there's something about the five of pentacles. What's 5 of pentacles? I'm not very good at tarot without having the cards in front of me. Whatever 5 of pentacles is, that energy. 4 of pentacles is holding on to your money. But I'm getting 5 of pentacles energy from it. I'm not sure what that's about. Arguments over money, maybe. 5 of pentacles left out in the cold. And this is what she looks like. She's literally out in the cold. Maybe this is a love situation. Maybe it's unrequited love because you've got love there and there's no one to share it with and the door's closed. Could be that you need to keep an eye on your children at this point because maybe someone is feeling left out. If you have another child on the way, I had this for somebody else. And I had the mending card come after it as well. I can't remember, it was in the bi-weeklies where one of the children, somebody was pregnant, and the children were really pleased about it, and it was this card as well. I can't remember who it was. And one of the children, one of the existing children, was feeling really sad about it because they weren't sure what it was going to be like to have another child. Maybe they were the only child or something. But there was that sense. For some of you, it might be a third-party relationship going down to a 2. Remember, we talked earlier on about the third-party relationship where we had the cheetah and the owl and the egg. Third-party relationship. This is a 3 going down to a 2, and maybe you've been left out by someone. Maybe someone's walked away from you. Maybe you've walked away from someone else, and this is them feeling really sad with their closed potential. Maybe that's you, or maybe that's someone else. And maybe you're hoping they'll still pay notice because you've got your little flag out. And you're sitting there with your love. But nobody's talking to you. We go into this and there's no communication. Okay? And this is you again, up in the air. And again, we're kind of putting on a false mask again, aren't we? It's like you're up in the air and it's unbalanced and there's no communication. Or you're not connecting, it's head and heart again, you know, you're not connecting with your emotional self, you're not listening to the emotional messages you're being given. What did we have? This was on the bottom of your deck for the thing. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings, for they signify divine guidance. You're not listening to your emotions, you're basically up in your head and you're hiding from these emotions and you're not communicating with them. And maybe there's no communication with this other person too. Maybe it's a water sign. Or maybe you're feeling emotional and this air sign won't connect with you. Maybe you've got water in your chart and this air sign won't connect with you. If it's a work situation, maybe if you're looking for a job at this point, but you're not looking because he's got his telescope, but it's underneath his arm. He's not looking at it. He's looking at this thing that's been lost. Maybe that job that you went into that wasn't what you thought it was, maybe you left. Maybe you were sacked, even. Because you're sitting out on the top and the door's been shut on you. But maybe it has opened the door to new opportunities for you. Maybe it was one of these situations where you went into a job thinking that it was going to be one thing. It turned out to be something else. But actually you've got something new on your CV that you can take forward into a new job. And now you're just waiting to hear about something. Or maybe you're not looking because you're feeling a little bit in your emotions. You're down here. So you're not actually looking. You're not communicating with anyone. You're not looking for a new job. And that's February, March time. And then we've got to be fair, which is like April, okay, to be fair. And you're getting back into balance. You're getting back into balance. So it could be there's a Libra involved. Libra's air signs, this could be your air sign. You're getting back into balance though, okay? And if the air sign was the owl in the third party situation, maybe they're back. Or they're back on your mind even. You know, this more mature relationship is back on your mind or playing on your mind. But you're getting back into balance. And you're feeling more grounded as well, possibly. Because there's more air in this chart. And there's kind of some love down here too. So maybe you're getting back into balance. And you're feeling more grounded. And the sense that I'm getting is you have this, maybe you're still feeling blue about this air sign, but there's no water in here anymore. There's no water in this. Well, there's water in that, but there's no water in this at all. It's just earth and air. So maybe if it's a third party situation, maybe it's the water sign has gone and it's just earth and air again now. So maybe if it's a third party situation, it's gone down to, maybe it's a conflicted third party situation. Maybe it's been an argument. Fives are conflicts to me. Okay, so the beginning of arguing. And then the 5 and the 3 add together to make the 8. So the arguments in the third party situation. And 8 is a sign for infinity. Maybe the arguments in the third party situation were just continuous at that point. And you've just used your head and just gone, yeah, forget it. And you've walked away from it and you're back in balance. And it's just you and the air sign now. Or maybe you're on your own. Maybe you're on your own. And this could be a wife situation, or you could be marrying the air sign at this point. But you're seeing there's a fortune cookie on this side, and there's an egg on this side. So you're not sure what the potential is, maybe, of how this is going to go. Maybe there has been conflict, and maybe there is still ongoing conflict, which is why you have the 8, which is the infinity symbol. Maybe there's ongoing conflict, ongoing arguments still, but you're personally more in balance, and things are more in balance. Okay, so that's February, March, April, and then we have moon cycles, which is, see how much air is in that. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize on these cycles. I think it's just telling you, it's the same thing, it's about time. Okay, here and now and time. Leadership comes in with, well, actually you have an extra card. Leadership, it's time for you to assume your leadership powers and leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. It feels like these two are together. If someone's not communicating with you, or you're not communicating with someone, then it's asking you to take action, because it says, you know, take leadership. And it says, you are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So maybe you need to kind of take control of the situation. The next card you've got is take your power back. So yeah, you need to be doing that. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So it's saying take your power back. It's saying, you know, over time, as this is rolling out, it's saying you need to be in charge. You need to take control. You know, you're safe and protected. And basically, you've got to take your power back. You've got to have that courage. There are no courage cards in any of the decks that are kind of around me on the bottom of it. We've used that one. Let's see what's underneath there. Gifts from God. That's not the one. We have mending, which is on the bottom of the deck. And the last time this card came out in a reading for me, this one came out with it. Okay, and that was the one about the babies and someone being pregnant. And one of the children not liking it. Okay. Right. God, I nearly pressed the stop button there for a minute. Okay, so where are we? February, March, April. We need to do May, June, July. And this is already at almost an hour. May, June, July. This is a heavy reading. This is very different from Sagittarius's reading. Sagittarius's reading was lovely. Yours is really heavy. But I think it's progression. I think there is a massive amount of progression for you through it. You know, by April time, you're rebalancing. And I think with a better sense of who you are. March, April, May, June. July. Right, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this too, because I will tell you why. You may be dealing with a Pisces, because the last Pisces reading, that the bi-weekly Pisces reading that I did last, had this card. You, I think, had this card. I think Pisces had this card. Pisces had this card, I think, or Gemini, I can't remember. Both Earth. And I think Pisces had this card. I think. But you may be dealing with Pisces. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, they're cards that came up in the air sign and the Virgo readings in the bi-weeklies. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, right, so exchanging gifts. Oh, I've got some. I don't know how I'm going to get through 12 readings today, but I have to, because it's Halloween, so the energy is only going to be here for today. Right. Do you know what? I've given them a shuffle, and I'm being told that actually, because we know. Okay, that's fine. Right, so we have exchanging gifts. We have it in reverse. Now, this came up for Pisces, and I think very much that you may have been. This is a 9 card, okay, and it's very much. I think, because it's in reverse, I think it's actually reverse. I think if you've been involved with Pisces, I think that's it. You're done. Okay? I think you're done. or you're just about done, you're basically finishing it off. You may be having a conversation just to say, yeah, that's it. I'm not going to, there's going to be no more contact. Okay, you may both want to. You may both want to. And I think this may be you hiding your emotions. You know, we go back to this thing about looking very pristine on the outside and very poised and controlled and all that kind of stuff, and being trapped in here. This is what came out of Pisces before, this sense of being trapped in this box. But you're choosing to be in that box. She can step out of it, but she's choosing not to. Okay, she's choosing not to. So if this is you in the box, it's your choice to stay in this box. It's your choice to stay trapped. Okay, you know perfectly well you can walk out of that, and but you choose not to. Okay, and this is, there was a mature cat feeling to it last time, but this is feeling like a kitten and being quite playful. And they're offering love. They're handing over this, you know, this little love heart, going, look, I love you. And you're just like, no, I'm a princess and I'm staying in my box. And you're very poised about it, and you may be hiding your emotions again because you have this this mask on. So you may be hiding your emotions again, but you're staying in your box, quite honestly. And reverse it all for everyone, because do you know what I mean? It can go either way, and this is the sense that I got in that Pisces reading, is that it can go either way. It can go either way, that card. Sometimes that's a really nice card, sometimes it's really not. But my sense is there's no regeneration of this, you know. This is like, what were we, February, March, April. There's no regeneration with this. It's just not going to happen. There may have been all this passion under the surface, but what grew was not normal, as it were. It was unconventional, it was quirky, and you're Virgo and you don't do that. You know, there were hardly any leaves on it. It had as much sunshine as you wanted, but, you know, the foundations just weren't there for it. You'll have to excuse me, I've been talking for 2 hours, no, yeah, over 2 hours, continuously. So yeah, there's no regeneration from this. This is just, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's time to go. It's time to go. Okay, you're going from, well, you're going from a 10 to a 9, but it's the end of it, and now it's time to go. And there's no new life here. There's no new life here. So this is for that period of time. So where are we? So we're February, March, April, May, June, July. So this is the end of July. We're in this space where there's just no room to grow. It's just, you're staying in your box. What is it about this box with you? It's all the same energy of, at the beginning of this reading, it's all glitters, you know, it's about money, and it's very Virgo, actually. It's very Virgo, it's money and home. It's money and home, it's that you've gone back into that earth energy again. Which is, you know, you're an earth sign, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I just wonder where that drive and that passion went to expand and to become something more than, you know, at the beginning of the year you were feeling very creative. But you seem to have gone back into this earth-like energy, and I wonder why. I wonder why. I'm a Pisces and Libra, so to me, like, the earth energy is just, it feels a little bit trapping. Whereas to you, your box is really pretty and safe and lovely. And you can get back into it and put the lid on, and it's all fine, and that's your security. But to me, with my chart, it just kind of feels a little bit sad. I love that freedom for people. I love that sense of freedom. Okay, you have breathe. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Here we go. Maybe this answers the question. Nurture. It says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So maybe you had your baby, some of you. Would you have had it by then? No, not quite. Not quite, but you're getting there. Maybe I'm seeing a bump. So maybe there's bumpiness on the way. Maybe some of you actually are having that child already, because we have nurture, about nurturing a child, and we also have breathe, which is kind of making me think about giving birth, breathing thing, which I believe you have to do. Well, breathing's always good in there. All my kids were C-sections, so I wouldn't know how to give birth, even if I tried. And it says, breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. Sagittarius had this as well, I think, this release old patterns. Or maybe you've had it earlier in this reading. I can't remember. I can't remember what you had. Prioritise. You had that one. And I think you have had that one. And then you have Hello from Heaven. Now, this falls in August, and a very dear friend of mine who's a Virgo, his mum died in August last year. So if you're watching, you know who you are, and that's for you. It's your mum. Hello from Heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Okay? So I doubt you're watching, but if you are, you know who you are. Yeah, so you've had this prioritize. It's do the things you love, focus on your highest priorities, and I will help you to get organized and motivated. Maybe this is the genuine you, is focusing on what you love, is focusing on the money and the home, you know, and everything else. You know, you have Treasure Island, but you had it in reverse. Maybe all this air and fire, air and water energy just seems to you to be pie in the sky, essentially, because this is what you want. This is what you want. You want this hierarchy and stuff. And the truth be told, it's not about love for you. It's not really about love for you. It's about the security and the stability, and you're an earth sign, so that's not really all that surprising. Yeah, so, and maybe that's your comfort zone, and maybe you had a little bit of you wanted to get out of your comfort zone, and maybe you did, and then maybe you got back in your box again. So these are our last 3 cards, which is good because it's already an hour and 10 minutes. I knew these were going to be about an hour, or just over an hour, because obviously it's a lot of cards to get through. There's nothing wrong with wanting stability and security. There is nothing wrong with caring about money and finances. This is a very Virgo card, chop wood. Okay, it's about the work. There's nothing wrong with that. As an earth sign, there's absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with that for anyone. It's important. My sense of it for you is that if that is genuinely who you are, and that is you focusing on your priorities, my concern is that you're putting on this face to the world, and then you have this internal different face. You have this internal feelings inside that are not what you're not what you're presenting to the rest of the world. And the question is why? Why is that? Why is that you're doing that? Because, you are prioritizing what you love. You're prioritizing what you love. And if that is you genuinely prioritizing what you love, then you're actually incredibly blessed to be able to do that. Okay, we have 2 cards here. I'm not getting right about them. Right, so we have September, October. No, August, September, October. August, September, October. Isn't that funny? I got that wrong, and then we got the hello from heaven. August, September, October. August, September, October for Virgo. Your cards have really slowed down. Maybe you're slowing down towards then. I'm worried for some of you that there might be health issues around this time, because I'm seeing that for some of you. And it may be stress related. So if it's stress related, then what I would say, again, prioritize, okay. See, that same card came out again. Prioritize, and don't let that energy build up over the year, because towards August time it's going to catch up with you. So you need to start taking care of yourself. You're forewarned now, okay? Start taking care of yourself. Find things to do that you love. I'm seeing the same cards coming up over and over again. And you've got 2 more. To be fair is back. You've already had that one once, and it's come back again. Now on the bottom of your deck you've got not for you, and clean it up, and then you're back to this again. Do we have a never-ending cycle here, Virgo? Right, so we go into August, and you are looking at the stars. And you may be looking at this Pisces, if it's a relationship. And again, we could be in a third-party situation. Could still be the same one. But you could see this Pisces with someone else. Possibly. And you're looking from the outside now. If it was a third-party situation they were in with you, they may end up in a third-party situation with someone else, and you're sitting there going, ha ha, I am the wise old fox now, I see it all. It could be that secrets are coming out. It could, you had moon cycles, didn't you, for this position in the angel cards in the last month. It could be that Secrets are coming out. Maybe there are new opportunities coming in for you, and you can see them. They're quite far off. Maybe you've heard about a new job, but it hasn't actually been put on the market yet. It hasn't been advertised yet, but you've heard about it from somewhere internal, and it's quite secret. And there are a couple of opportunities there, maybe. And so you know about them, you're aware of them, but actually they're not available to you yet. But you're sitting there on your egg going, yeah, there might be potential here. This might be it. You may be in a situation where, if you've gone back through the IVF treatment, you might find out that you're actually having twins. It may be that you're seeing something at a distance that is a secret. Maybe you're starting to catch a glimpse of something in August. You're starting to see something. You're starting to get hints of something. You're starting to get hints of something that you're not sure what you're seeing. So you're looking quite closely. You're very aware of it. But you're just starting to see hints of something. Maybe you're in a workplace where things aren't looking good financially. And you just catch conversations and you go, did that mean what I thought it meant? Or maybe you're in a relationship and your partner's behaving a bit differently and they're texting more or something like that, and you're starting to think, is there something going on that I'm not quite seeing? But it's not definite. It's not definite. There's nothing you can put your finger on as such. But there's just this growing idea in the back of your mind about something that might be a secret. And you're observing, you're watching quite carefully. It could be that there's someone new in your workplace and you're the boss. And it could be a Pisces person. And you're starting to see some real star potential in them. And you're watching them because you're thinking, God, this person's really good, actually. And you think they're going to go really far. But you're watching them. And you're like, yeah, they're going to do really, really well. But you're just stepping back. You're not getting involved. You're not getting involved. And I think it's you doing that rather than someone else doing that, because that fox always seems to me to be quite earth-like. So it could be an earth sign person doing it. But I think it's you. It's my sense. So it could be something like that. Or I'm just getting a picture of watching someone on TV, actually, like an athlete or something even. So it's not like a massive thing, but for some of you, it might even just be like watching something on TV and watching like an athlete and going, God, they're going to be really, really good when they're older, or in a couple of years. Or maybe you're looking at your kids and going, yeah, they're going to be really successful. I'm so proud of them, whatever. Maybe it's that. Or maybe you're putting money away for your children, particularly if you've had a bit of a health scare. Maybe you're putting money away for your children and you're getting your will done and things like that. And you're just kind of looking to the future. It's not like it's been a massive health scare, but you're just kind of a little bit aware of it. Right, and then we have for, I'm not quite sure how the cards are falling here because there's meant to be 3, but there's actually 4. Then you've got come to the edge, and it is the right way up. Come to the edge is, it always seems to be kind of a love card, but it's quite risky behaviour. Okay, it's quite risky behaviour. Because she's just kind of flouncing around in love with her eyes closed. And she's having a great time. And maybe this Pisces person is back. Possibly this Pisces person is back, and you're looking at them going, yeah, they're actually really, really great, and you know they're going to go far. And actually, I might have Pentacles with this person because this person's just had a massive pay rise and they're proceeding up the ranks quite well. So they might be young, but actually they're going to do really well in their career. So you might be looking at this and going, actually, there is potential there. I'm worried about my Pentacles, and my concern was that they're not making enough money. And it's going to affect my financial future. Because you're an earth sign, you're going to think like that. Do you know what I mean? And you may be worried about that. But you're suddenly seeing how well they're doing in their career, and you're thinking, actually, a couple of years, and maybe you just get straight back on the horse. And you've got your earth sign and your air again. But you had that with whoever your old partner was, or whatever that was. They're the air sign. But maybe the water sign's got it in their chart as well. Maybe the Pisces has got air in their chart as well. I don't know. You will know better than I do. And you probably don't know yet, because this is kind of this time next year. But, you're there, and I don't think you're going to go for it, because it's a 39, it's a 36, it's a 9. Again, when I get numbers mixed up, it's because something's not adding up financially. It's 36, it's a 9. I think maybe you might think about it, and then you might just go, no. It's not fated. It's not fated. It's not supposed to be what's going to happen. And we're back to this card again, where basically you end up staying with your air sign, possibly your wife, whatever, the establishment side of it. But you get back in balance. You have this little wobble. I think this is in about September, end of August. Again, you have this hello from heaven, okay, end of July, and again it's stick to your priorities, and maybe this is what you do, and maybe you do this, maybe it's just like, maybe you get in touch with this person again, your water sign person again, your Pisces person again, maybe you get in touch with them, and it's really lovely, and you are very nice about it, and you're both very nice about it. It's nice to see each other, but you stick to your priorities and you don't go there, and you, because it's not fated. Yeah, it's not fated to, and you just stay where you are. And that's your reading. I have still got this Y card out. It's because you're a Virgo. Yeah, and that's it. That's you done. An hour and 23 minutes. Oh my goodness gracious me. How am I going to get through all of these? Enjoy. I would say you're not going to know any of this for a while. So just keep hold of it. Maybe bookmark it somewhere. Favourite it somewhere. Do something with it somewhere. Like it so that you can keep it. Go back to it throughout the year and see what happens. It is just a bit of fun. I've never done it before. I fancied doing it. So hopefully it'll make sense. Hopefully it'll make sense. Whatever happens, have a fantastic Halloween and have a fantastic year from this year to next year. And if you are doing those amazing, being authentic and being genuine to yourself, and if you're doing all that kind of stuff, and if you've got babies on the way and everything, love you. Love you anyway. Have a good one. I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.